What-oh? Yes, a bit of a return to the original format of the selfie mode as opposed to the average camera, but just for this video, maybe 2 or 3 more times this month, because it could be useful. There will be a starship introduction by the very end of this video, so if you are here for watching the starship introductions, please keep yourself tuned. This one is a warship as opposed to a starship, so it is more war-based. This video is about a lot of bullshit in this cartoon, the Harley Quinn cartoon. Many of you probably have not actually heard of the Harley Quinn cartoon, but I have watched a lot of clips from all of these many channels, but I've also read a lot of the comments. Unfortunately, whenever there is a reference to, back in the original episode of the first season, the character Dr. Psycho refers to Wonder Woman as a cunt. And as a grown-up, I am always completely at ease in saying the word cunt. But people of a liberal disposition are not all that smart. People of a liberal slash Harley Quinn type of a disposition are very stupid. They prefer this word be banned. The Harley Quinn cartoon is a cartoon that is a spin-off cartoon for the character Harley Quinn, the aid for the Joker, though the Joker is a character in this entire show, just as a primary bad guy for the first season, returns for the second season as a problem-solving tool, as a means of beating the new primary bad guy that just came out of nowhere. So, do you have Harley Quinn, maybe in a lesbian relationship with Poison Ivy, because they appear to have these very sexualized feelings, though for Poison Ivy they are not as being shared. Obviously it is not love, it is just sex, as love and sex are opposites. But you have Harley Quinn maybe in a lesbian relationship, and you have the physical embodiment of all of the things that any liberal person thinks of from a conservative. You have a short man that is angry and is old and is rude, and people accuse this person of hating women, but only in this latest episode, the second season, 11th episode, has the character actually said they hate women, even though in past episodes they might have actually said they do not hate women. So you have the physical embodiment of what a liberal thinks, of what your average everyday liberal somehow thinks of a conservative, or a cisgendered white male. Meanwhile you have Kite Man as the boyfriend, soon the husband of Poison Ivy. The guy is a bit of a beta male, maybe, but more at ease, more friendly. So they're just being friendly and kindly, as opposed to being a beta male or something that a person could consider a cuck. So, concerning the Harley Quinn cartoon, every time somebody mentions in the very first episode, as this character Dr. Psycho refers to Wonder Woman as a cunt, every time this moment is referenced, all of the people in the comment section, they only ever refer to it as the C word and not cunt. So, consider the people at DC, Detective Comics. For more than a decade, the fans have been very angry at DC for appealing more to the liberals, the SJWs, all sorts of liberalised people, as opposed to being more for the fans. Here, the fans are the SJWs, but bad SJWs. These people call anything racist, sexist, misogynistic, all sorts of words that in the current age are not valid because they are always, and they are always, literally always misused. And Harley Quinn is basically an icon for being completely independent from your man, or something else very misandristic and stupid. That is the point of the Harley Quinn cartoon. The worshipping of something like misandry and men-hating. Though many of the fans think of it as a parody, as if they are a parody of the characters of DC or a parody of these types of liberal people. The Harley Quinn be a psychopath running through the streets, knocking people's heads off because you hate men, and take a lot of pleasure, be it sexualized or something, be sort of entertained as you kill men. Though Harley Quinn probably does not really care about killing men or women, but probably prefers to kill men. Meanwhile, of course you have Poison Ivy, and Poison Ivy is far more of a relatable character. Not relatable for me, but a relatable character. Much more calmed, and much more logical as opposed to being a psycho calling people sexist and misogynistic. Unless there was maybe the situation brought up, so it might be mentioned. You have these, the male characters that are in Harley's team are King Shark, though they're actually more Prince. Clayface, there's Dr. Psycho, there's the Psy Guy. These are all individually very great characters. If anything, underrated. They need to be used more. Especially that Clayface. And maybe King Shark. And, of course, that Dr. Psycho. But all of the every time somebody thinks of the cunt situation, they only ever refer to it as the C word, as opposed to realising they are a fully grown adult, or physically a fully grown adult, and so they should be able to say cunt, and not be so self-censoring. So these people, these new fans, either of the DC or of the Harley Quinn cartoon, they are so liberal, they hate, or they are against using the word cunt, just because it is a word that is used against women. Even though they are very at ease, they are very meh about using a word like bitch. Though bitch is very rarely used in the cartoon. So the Harley Quinn cartoon is misandristic, liberalised or SJWised, and is a lot of things that are wrong in modern cartoon. They hate anything that is a white, straight man. They only ever refer to the cunt as the C word, and they mock all sorts of characters, or they just refer to all sorts of characters as being sexist or misogynistic or other things that aren't really valid, considering the people using the words. The cartoon is just a mess. That is a thing I've noticed in the Harley Quinn cartoon. Please comment and subscribe. Come to the comment section. Oh, the starship introduction for this video is the USS Defiant, NCC-74205, over 200 meters long, is a Defiant class warship, but is actually classified as a scout ship, even though it is completely war-based. Over 200 meters long, 4 decks. Yeah, somehow. Even in my densest of designs for my spaceship designs have a lot of density for people, for crews, but you could probably get like a deck in this. But Star Trek is not very realistic in terms of the dimensions of a physical material. You have these 4 decks. You have the tiny warp core, fires phasers as opposed to a beam, just like a but as opposed to having shields, this has ablative hull armour, as it is made for fighting a Borg cube, though it is used of course a lot in the Dominion War, fighting either Cardassians, Jem'Hadars, Forces, Changelings, anything of the Dominion, the Breen, fighting in the War of the Dominion. This warship is made in the 2370s, 2380s, just before the time of the Star Trek Deep Space Nine, maybe a decade older. So that is the Starship introduction. The reason I would rather have this than the ship in the previous video is because it's a bit more advanced. It has, because it is just a warship, it is not really a ship of comfort, but you have at least 1 replicator, and in the metal you have 2 Dana-class runabouts. They are replicators, just a matter of generally more advanced. That is that Starship introduction. Please comment and subscribe and go to the comments section.